Welcome back.
Up next is a look at Action TV. When Action TV first carried an expose on the international sports complex being constructed in Digana, the only international complex in the central province, about 13 months had passed since the stadium's scheduled date of completion. In another 5 days, 13 months would have passed since that first expose. Since construction has come to a standstill once again, it is evident that the complex, for which the foundation stone was laid during the tenure of the 4th Provincial Council of the Central Province, will not be completed even during the tenure of the 5th Provincial Council. When Action TV carried the first expose, the Central Provincial Council had allocated an additional 23.5 million rupees for this project. This allocation was made against a backdrop where the original allocation of more than 1,088 million rupees had been spent in violation of the Central Province's fiscal regulations. Action TV pointed out at the time that while such a massive amount of money had been spent on this project, a feasibility study had not been conducted and that a survey to determine the layout of the land allocated for the project was also not conducted. When Action TV carried its first expose, the access road to a settlement adjacent to the stadium had been claimed for the project, and a need to take steps to protect these areas from landslides was highlighted due to a survey not being conducted to determine the layout of the land. Of the 23.5 million rupees additionally allocated by the council, 4 million rupees were to be utilized to establish an alternative route for the access road to the settlement. Although the access road has since been taken over, the people have raised questions regarding the alternative route. Although an athletic stadium made to international standards should consist of a track with 8 lanes, land allocation has only been made for a 6-lane track at this international stadium. Incidentally, when events are held at the stadium, spectators will only be able to witness events from a single stand that has been constructed on one end of the field. All other sides of the stadium have been allocated for running tracks. The Central Engineering Consultancy Bureau, which took over this contract after the first contractor abandoned the project, has also seen construction come to a standstill. Most prominent among these facilities yet to be completed is the 2-story spectator stand. According to the original plans, this was to be a 4-story stand. Although an entire 2 stories have been lopped off, the estimated sum of money for the 4-story building has been disbursed for the 2-story building. Since the 6th Provincial Council of the Central Province could follow the example of its 2 predecessors and make a game of this stadium, shouldn't the recommendations of the audit reports of the games that some have undertaken in the guise of carrying out this project be implemented? General Secretary of the Central Province, this one is over to you. Now, it is a fact that water is essential for the survival of all living beings on earth. However, there are many in Sri Lanka, including people residing in Yati and Matara, who do not have access to clean water. News First cameraman Disnaka Nayanjana, who recently travelled to the Madhaviyangoda area in Yatiyana, witnessed this unusual sight.
There are about 200 people in the village, but there is no access to water. We use this muddy water. We have brought this problem up on several occasions, but no one seems interested in it.
While a majority of Sri Lankans use clean water to wash their clothes, T. Aryavati has been forced to use muddy water to wash her clothes. The Madhaviyangoda Community Water Scheme was launched on the 22nd of March 2008 to provide water to the village. However, over the past 15 months, Aryavati and several others have been using murky water for their daily needs. There is no water here. There has not been water for several years. There cannot be water because the motor is broken. The people here bathe in this dirty water after they come back home from work. It is the same dirty water to which they take the buffaloes as well.
I take the children a great distance from here in order to bathe them. All that we ask is that steps be taken to rectify this.
This is where the 2 inactive motors for this water project are located. Shouldn't officials take steps to rectify this situation and provide these villages with clean water for consumption?
Now, News First U reporter Puminda Subhashana from Matra filed this report on a fatal accident which occurred in the area today.
One person was killed in an accident which occurred at about 5:20 last morning in the Bandaramulla area in Tadikama Mirissa. The victim, Upul Nuwan, was a resident of Pitipana in Homagama. The police say that there is quantifiable evidence to prove that he had fallen off the motorcycle for some reason and was then run over by several vehicles. The Tadikama police are conducting further investigations.
News First, your report Puminda Subhashana, Matra City.
Now today is day 4 of the News First Aurudhu Fair, which is being held at the Kandy City Centre.
The Aurudhu Fair is open to the public from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily until the 12th of this month. Visitors to the fair can buy almost anything from clothes and shoes to ornaments and electrical appliances from the close to 70 trade stores that have been set up at the premises. Ashanti Alvis performed tonight at the Aurudhu Fair 2013 at the Kandy City Centre.
The Sinhala and Tamil New Year is only a few days away. Tonight on our special segment In View of the Season, we take a look at the dawn of the new year.
According to the Sinhala and Tamil tradition, the new year commences with the movement of the sun from the house of Pisces to the house of Aries. This movement also signifies the reaping of the harvest following the hard toil of a year. The relationship between the celestial movements and people's lives have been celebrated since time immemorial.
Police have recovered a Sri Lankan fishing vessel suspected to have capsized in the deep sea and drifted to Pet Island in Lamu East. According to foreign media, a police chief had said that the boat was spotted floating in the deep sea by fishermen who alerted the police last week. He had said that no incident of kidnapping or capsize of any vessel has been reported to the Kenyan police.
It's time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day, which we selected from among today's English newspapers.
The enjoining order issued by the Mount Lavinia District Court preventing Nishantha Ranatunga from functioning as or contesting for the position of Secretary of Sri Lanka Cricket at the SLC elections has been lifted. Now, this order was lifted following the consideration of a petition and affidavit filed by Ranatunga. In his petition and affidavit, Ranatunga charges that the facts presented by the plaintiff Nishantha De Silva in order to receive the enjoining order were false. The district judge Priyantha Fernando lifted the enjoining order against Nishantha Ranatunga and ordered that hearings of the case recommence on the 18th of this month.
Moving on to news from the cricket field, the Sinhalese Sports Club were crowned champions of the Inter-Club Premier League tournament after they sealed a 6-wicket win against Moore Sports Club in the finals today.
Moore Sports Club, who commenced their second innings on an overnight score of 310 for 7, were bowled out for 323 on the fourth and final day of play at the SSC grounds in Colombo. Indiga Diseram dominated with the Willows scoring a century inclusive of 7 boundaries and 2 sixes. Chasing a target of 262 for victory, SSC began their innings on a positive note as Taranga Parnavithana and Dimut Karunaratne shared a 105-run opening stand. Kaushal Silva, who scored 171 runs in the first innings, continued his good form with the Willow, scoring 88 runs, which guided SSC to a 6-wicket win. Earlier winning the toss and batting first, Moore Sports Club were all out for 262 runs, while in reply, SSC posted a first innings score of 324 runs. SSC won the Inter-Club Premier League tournament today after not having won a first-class cricket tournament since 2008-2009. The last time Moore Sports Club won the title was in 2010-2011. The 2011-2012 tournament was won by the Colts Cricket Club.
Sri Lanka's Sashika Ekanayake claimed a silver at the World Youth Weightlifting Championships, which are being held in Uzbekistan. Now, Sashika claimed silver in the snatch for the 50-kilogram weight class. He lifted 87 kilograms, in the snatch. Now, Shashika is incidentally the first Sri Lankan weightlifter to win a medal at a world championship. However, Shashika was prevented from competing in the clean and jerk lift due to an injury.
Well, that's it from all of us here at the MTV News First Desk for today. Join us again tomorrow at 7 o'clock for Breakfast Primetime News. I'm Mahina Bongzo.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Good night and good luck.